You wake in Shanidar Cave, Kurdistan, 40,000 years ago. The silence is absolute, broken only by the drip of water on limestone. Your clan's sleeping hollows are empty, cold for weeks. The last scent of them, mammoth fat and crushed yarrow, has faded, leaving only damp stone and your own stale breath. You are, the archaeology will suggest, quite literally the last of your kind in this valley. Not a soul to share the last of the rotten ibex meat with. Talk about bad roommates. And this deafening quiet, it feels permanent. The silence after that thought is suffocating. You push further, beyond Shanidar Cave's flower-strewn graves, into a deeper, colder passage the maps don't show. Your light catches it, a scatter of pale fragments in a hidden limestone crevice. You kneel. These aren't ceremonial. They're chaotic. A jigsaw of a life violently undone. A femur, snapped clean. A skull fragment no larger than your palm. They are your kin. You bring the light closer. The bone is etched with fine, parallel grooves. Your breath hitches. You know predator marks. The chaotic crush of hyenas. The puncture of big cats. These are different, deliberate, systematic. The shallow, repetitive scrape of a flint blade slicing away sinew. Someone was here, in this dark, silent place, methodically dismembering another. A chilling footnote from Krapina Cave in Croatia shows this wasn't unique. Neanderthal bones bearing cut marks, some suggesting what researchers politely call processing. You sit back on your heels, the cold stone seeping through. So much for finding a peaceful end. One grim, dry thought surfaces. The original ghost kitchen. The evidence is in your hands. Literal butchery in the dark. And the most unsettling question isn't who, but why. Survival in a lean season? Something darker? You pocket a single bone shard, its edge whispering a terrible secret, and wonder what you'll find when you follow the tool marks back to their source. You pocket the bone shard and follow the river's curve, the whispers in your head growing louder. Then you smell it, wood smoke, and something richer, roasting meat. You creep to the ridge above their camp, and you see them, the newcomers, Homo sapiens. Their camp is a vibrant chaos of purpose. 5-6 individuals work with a speed that makes your head ache. One chips a blade of flint in 20 precise strikes, a task that would take you all afternoon. Another is threading dozens of tiny, polished ivory beads onto a leather cord, their fingers a blur. They laugh, a sound both familiar and utterly alien, and share a story, gestures painting pictures of distant herds and great rivers. You understand the motions, but the mind behind them is a roaring, brilliant fire. You feel its heat from here, but cannot touch the flame. Here is the shocking fact. They are wearing those beads, those intricate, hours-long creations, not for ritual, but seemingly for decoration. A vanity in a world of claw and tooth. It's a luxury that would get your people killed. You watch a woman toss a perfectly good scrap of sinew into the fire, a casual waste that feels like a physical blow. Their world is one of abundance you cannot fathom. And as you crouch there, gripping your simple scraper, a cold realization creeps in. You are not looking at competitors for the same game. You are looking at architects of a new world, and there is no blueprint in your hands. The question now isn't why they might kill you. It's why they would even notice you at all. You see the child. It's yours, but also theirs. It has your heavy brow, their nimble fingers. It plays by the fire at El Cedrón Cave, a flicker of both worlds. And then you notice it. The others don't snatch its food. They don't shove it. It's subtler. They simply stop telling its stories. The songs change when it approaches. The future is being stolen, not with a spear, but with a silence so deep it swallows echoes. Here's the gut punch. We now know from DNA that interbreeding happened routinely. A Neanderthal woman from Denisova Cave shows traces of our DNA from an encounter 100,000 years earlier. But your legacy wasn't blended. It was bleached. Generation after generation, your distinctive genes, those adaptations for a colder, harder world, were simply voted off the island. Survival of the fittest? More like survival of the most prolific. Your lineage ends not in a battle cry, but in a whisper of genetic oblivion. Imagine your entire history, your very essence, edited down to a 2% footnote in someone else's memoir. So you watch that child, your last true kin, slowly turn toward the brighter fire, and you understand the final, chilling truth. They won't erase you by force. They'll just forget to pass you on. The real extinction isn't death. It's irrelevance. And that begs one terrible question. What do you do with the time you have left, when you know you're already a ghost? The choice is not about life or death. It's about the shape of your ending. You stand at the mouth of Gorham's Cave in Gibraltar, argued to be one of the last Neanderthal refuges, though the dates are hotly contested. Your ribs a cage beneath taut skin. Below, on the shore, you see them, Homo sapiens. They laugh, sharing a meal of limpets and rabbit. The smell of their cooked food is an alien perfume. You could walk down, you could try to mimic their sounds, their fluid gestures. Your kind has interbred with them before. Traces of your DNA, up to 2%, will one day be found in most people reading this. But to join them now is to be dissolved, a final extinction by assimilation, a cultural oblivion more total than any grave. To stay is to honor 400,000 years of distinct history, and to die the loneliest death in the human story. The silence will be absolute. You look at your hands, broader and stronger than theirs, adapted to a world that is vanishing. You remember the taste of mammoth, and the way your people laid their dead to rest at Shanidar Cave, whether truly on a bed of flowers or amid pollen carried in by burrowing rodents, is still fiercely debated. These sapiens won't do that. Not like you. So you turn your back on the sun. You choose the dark. The cave swallows you, its cool breath a familiar shroud. You will leave behind a final, choked layer of hearth ash and a few Mousterian stone tools, which archaeologists will one day carbon date to around 40,000 years ago. You walk until the light from the mouth is just a distant, blurred coin, and then you stop. In the perfect black, a chilling forensic reality hits. You are now completely alone. Not a single soul of your kind exists on the entire planet. So, what do you do in that final, absolute darkness? Before you lie down? So, you lie down. The cold of the limestone floor seeps into your bones. A final, brutal comfort. You don't move again. For 40,000 years, the drip of calcite water slowly, tenderly, encases you. Time turns your flesh to shadow, your bones to stone. The world outside forgets you entirely. Your entire species vanishes. Then, a pickaxe blade scrapes stone, deep in that Gibraltar cliff. Generations from now, the light from a headlamp falls on your ribcage. Here's the detail that haunts: your posture. Forensic anthropologists from the National Research Center on Human Evolution lean in, expecting violence, a defensive wound, a fall. But there is none. Your skeleton is curled, fetal, but relaxed. It's not a struggle. It's a quiet surrender. The loneliest death isn't being alone. It's being erased, then rediscovered as a mere puzzle. They'll call you a Neanderthal. They'll extract your DNA, debate your diet from the plaque on your teeth. But in that silent chamber, you were just a being who finally stopped. No fanfare, no witness. Today, we fear being forgotten by a handful of followers. You were forgotten by the future itself. A darkly honest end. Sometimes, extinction is just a long, final sigh, fossilized in a cave no one remembers to look in. The ultimate privacy, granted by oblivion.